Ladies and gentlemen, introducing your hosts, Brandon Sanderson and Dan Wells.
He told us there'll be music. I hope there was actually music.
Of course there was music.
There's music. We're fancy now.
We are.
We're double centennials. Duo centennials? Yes, this is our 200th episode.
Yeah.
Fun for something that started just on a lark, because I'm like, invite Dan to chat with me because it's boring to just sit by myself and sign
these things. Yeah. I had not realized we'd been doing this that long.
Mm-hmm. That's like 4 years worth of episodes.
Mm-hmm.
So when we started, you didn't work here, and now you do.
Now I do.
Such a life-changing and altering experience. And we thought a long time about, what do we do for 200?
Yeah.
We were going to record it in Hawaii.
And that was not to be.
That was not to be because I got sick.
Yeah.
So we reflected on our favorite episodes.
Mm-hmm.
For real this time, not like we did in the holidays. And I remembered there's a second set of those ice creams. There's when we did the cold case ice cream, there's a second group that we could have ordered that had all new flavors. And I loved the ice cream episode. It's one of my very favorite.
It was fun. We got to make up stupid puns.
Yep.
We got to try to predict what their puns were.
We got to taste the ice cream and try to figure out what was in it, which is a clever way for them to make ice cream and whatnot. So we thought we'd order the second batch. I don't know how we got the first batch. I think someone just gave it to us.
That is correct. I think they sent it to us.
So this time we're actually spending budget on it. And
wait, this podcast has a budget?
Yes, it's
cool.
We have now spent all 4 years worth.
The entirety of it.
Yes. And we're going to eat ice cream again, and we're going to chat, and we're going to enjoy 200 episodes worth of
episodes.
Absolute nonsense.
And I should mention, we actually have Rockwell Ice Creams. They're a local company here in Utah. They self-curated the 6 that they gave us.
Oh, did they?
So we have 6 flavors that they...
Yeah, they make are they the ones that made a Brandon Sanderson flavor at one point?
Yes.
Yeah. For that they brought me and let me taste and refine it and come up with. It doesn't taste like me. I know what you're thinking. It tastes like I like ice cream. And yeah, what's the name of their thing that they call it?
So they call it cold case.
Yeah, cold case.
We did not get cold case this time. We just were like, hey, we have episode 200. Would you guys be willing to lend us a hand? And they gave us.
So we didn't buy the ice cream this time. They sent it to us again.
I'm pretty sure we bought it.
Okay,
good. They were just so excited that they had given us 6 good ones for this game. So this is not official cold case.
Not official cold case. This is even more mysterious.
Yes.
Ooh.
You know what each of them are.
Correct.
And you're just going to give us bowls of them. Mm-hmm. And then we're going to chat about stupid things while we eat ice cream and try to guess what flavors it is.
Awesome.
Okay. This was a good experience because the flavors were all good last time.
They were.
I was worried it'd be like Bernie Bott's Every Flavor Bean, where occasionally you would hit booger and they would just... But they made all the ice creams good. And so the mystery is not is this broccoli? The mystery is, what flavor of relatively normal ice cream would this be?
Mm-hmm. Cool. Okay.
So no golden spoons this time. You'll have to forgive me for such a
I still have my golden spoon in my office.
Oh.
Maybe I should.
I'm not sure if I have my golden spoon.
Oh.
I do have my salt fork, though. This golden spoon, the salt fork, it's like a theme for the podcast of unique cutlery.
I have the little letter opener Nightblood on my desk that has a little stand. I took Nightblood off and put the salt fork on it.
That is amazing.
All right, give us some ice cream. I'm hungry for ice cream.
So our wonderful friend Becky is preparing.
Okay, Becky's prepping the ice cream.
Yes.
Excellent. Thank you, Becky.
Here we go.
Number one.
Oh, thank you.
What'd you think of the mac and cheese today for company lunch?
I feel like we could do a whole episode about that mac and cheese.
Yes. We shouldn't mention the place that it came from because we might disparage the mac and cheese.
Yeah, it was dry.
It was dry.
And it was a little bland.
I was really excited because I'd heard, this is like a mac and cheese place. I'm sure they just have the tub of fake cheese. that they dump in and mix the mac, and then they try to make it unique by putting toppings on it.
Yeah.
But I'm judging the mac and cheese based on, the
roux, the actual.
Yes. And the roux was
Lackluster.
food service quality. All right, here we go.
This feels kind of sherbety.
Unlike these ice creams, which are fantastic. I see little inclusions of this one that's mint. You can see the mint, right? That's an odd flavor. It is more of a sherbet.
It's mint.
Right? So is this like...
It's more.
Is it mojito? Is it a
might
mojito
be.
ice cream? Because there's lemon, there's lime. There's lime and mint.
Mm-hmm.
Lime and mint and sherbet.
It's a sherbet rather than a cream.
Do you say it's sherbet? Sherbet?
I say sherbet.
Sherbet. That's probably correct, right?
I don't know. There's sherbet and sherbet and sorbet.
But usually a sherbet, Cerberus, a sherbet, whatever you call it, it is made. It feels like you use juice to make it instead of cream.
Yeah.
Which lends it obviously to
a citrus.
citrusy flavors. So
This is really good. I think you're probably right about it being mojito.
yep, my guess is mojito.
Okay.
Mojito ice cream.
So
lime and mint.
That was what I was going to say is I had asked them to give us 3 primary
Okay, so we got to guess one more thing.
yes.
Okay.
I'd say for this one, it looks like they only gave us 2, but most of the others will have 3.
Okay, so this one only has. Did we get the 2?
Lime and mint.
Is the final guess is lime and mint?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, this is a dairy-free no-jito, is what they called it. It is a tart lime sorbet steeped with fresh mint leaves.
Oh, we didn't try to guess the name of it.
Well, they're not going to have names because these are not.
Yeah, they're not the
We have to
fancy.
give them our
That
own.
was
See,
the
they
fun
called it
part.
a no-hito. It's not crime related. We have to add a crime related pun to it,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
right?
A little
So,
extra effort.
Yeah.
Man,
Mm-hmm.
what goes with crime?
Lime. So much lime, it's a crime. The ice cream.
That's funny.
Lime
or
wave.
Is there? Oh, that's not bad. That's
Yeah.
really good. Can we relate mint to the mint of coins?
Ooh.
Because
Mm-hmm.
you could just call it like what do you call it? You forge coins.
Is that not called minting?
Mint? No, you do it yourself. Counterfeit.
Oh.
You could just call it counterfeit, right? Because it's mint
Mm-hmm.
and you're minting. So I don't know. I like your lime wave. I like that a lot. And it has like mojitos have like that kind of by the ocean sort of maybe going surfing sort of thing. Feeling to it, just even to the words. So you could have a little picture of like a mint on a surfboard. It's called Lime Wave.
A burglar on a surfboard.
Oh yeah, a burglar with bags of ice cream surfing away from the cops. And you call it Lime Wave. I like that little image. Yeah.
There we go.
Mm-hmm.
See, we're not just coming up with names.
No,
We're coming up with
branding.
whole marketing plans.
It's a burglar that's like a lime person. So he's got like a lime head.
Oh.
He's got the
Okay.
little mask on and he's surfing away. And he's got like the bags of money. They're coins. It's the Lime Wave. Yeah, there you go. You're free to put that, Rockwell, on your packaging for this. So I believe last time they had a couple of puns better than ours. I don't know about mojito. That's just what you call a virgin mojito.
Yeah.
A lot of the times.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
I've
a
heard
pretty
it called
standard
that.
name for it.
And so the fact that it's just already well used, but that's probably good branding for them. So you can say it's a virgin mojito flavored ice cream. There
Cool.
you go.
Very
you go.
tasty.
Very tasty. Yeah. So we'll talk about the mac and cheese too. 'Cause
Okay.
I can't get
Let's
over
talk
this.
about
Like,
the mac and cheese.
Mac and cheese is one of my favorite
It is. It's like you order mac and cheese everywhere.
I order mac and cheese everywhere. And I feel like a place that says you should try our mac and cheese. Mac and cheese is our thing.
Mm-hmm.
Should they not know that your roux needs to be the thing that makes your mac and cheese distinctive?
One would hope.
One would hope.
And yet.
Like, I don't think this was better. This tastes like microwave mac and cheese, like the frozen stuff you can buy.
Yeah.
But they did put a bunch of stuff on top that did help.
The toppings were really good.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty much across the board.
Best mac and cheese you've ever had?
Best mac and cheese I've ever had.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I'm not as big of a mac and cheese aficionado.
So my grandma used to make what is my favorite mac and cheese.
Okay.
Homemade on the stove, not with a roux.
Really?
Yes. And so if you make your mac and cheese, so those who don't know the parlance, a roux is where you use some butter and some flour and you start up kind of a starter. You make almost like a cheese soup.
Yeah.
That lets the cheese not congeal. And that's how you make most fancy mac and cheeses. And then you make this roux and then you add cheese to it to give it the flavoring. My grandma would just take chunks of cheese, put it in the pot, and she had a cheese that was very stringy. Mm-hmm. It would get hard and congeal if you let it sit too long, which is why you can't really do this in a restaurant or whatnot. But she would just serve it straight from the pot to us, and we would eat it. It's amazing, right?
Cool. What kind of cheese did she use?
So she got it from a local dairy that closed.
Mm.
And we've never been able to replicate it. My brother, Jordo, who is good at these things, thinks it was a variety of a brick cheese.
Okay.
Which is a cheese from the Wisconsin area that they make by, one of the ways they age them is they put bricks on top of them for whatever reason.
Okay.
And he's found some brick cheeses that taste the same, and he's found others that he brought me that don't. And so I don't know if brick cheese is too large of a genre that we have to narrow it down to what kind of cheese.
Okay.
So,
Are we ready for the second ice cream?
yeah, let's get our second ice cream.
I got it.
All right.
Ice cream number 2.
Keeping our same spoon.
Also white.
Mm-hmm. Okay, also white. Okay. This looks like an ice cream that Brandon's going to like.
There's nuts in it.
That's good. I like that one. It's a light honey flavor to it. I don't know if it's actually honey, but it might be a brown sugar. Is that a honey or a brown sugar?
I think it's honey and walnuts.
Honey and walnut. I would agree with those. Vanilla. It's just a honey walnut vanilla. Are the walnuts all of those inclusions? There's not another crunchy in there, right? Is there? I think it is just walnuts. My initial thought that there might be something else, but no.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna say there's got to be there's a hint of a vanilla or something.
Okay.
I'm not 100% convinced it's honey.
Really?
No, I think you're right. It could be one of those weird other sweeteners, though, right? That the fancy places like to use instead of sugar.
Like what?
I don't know what it's called. They put it on shave ice sometimes. It starts with nay. It's like some juice that they distill down.
Oh.
It's like vegan honey. I can't remember what it's called.
Do we have a final guess?
Walnuts are sure.
Okay.
Yeah, it's definitely walnuts.
I feel like if it's honey, it's too light to really identify.
Yeah, it's hard to really pin down what the sweetener is. I think it's honey.
All right, we'll go with that. We'll go with honey, walnuts, and
Vanilla.
Vanilla.
All right. Good on vanilla.
Okay.
It is a brown butter base
Okay.
with vanilla and roasted pecans.
Oh, they're pecans.
They're pecans.
Those do not look like pecans or taste like them.
Yeah.
So it is the brown, well, not brown sugar. It's a brown butter.
A brown butter. I thought it was brown sugar too, and just looking it up, I was like, what is brown butter?
Brown butter, yeah, I know what brown butter is.
Okay.
So brown butter is when you cook butter in a skillet, past when it's melted, it'll actually start to, I don't know the food terms, right?
Okay.
But the more butter will separate into two portions, right? The kind of creamy stuff and the kind of clear, liquidy, oily stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right? The buttercream, maybe it's just that, will start to brown. It'll settle to the bottom of the pan, and it'll become crunchy. It's almost like you're getting little rice puffs made of sugar at the bottom of the pan.
Oh.
And so if they're actually browning the butter, then that would give us these other little brown specks that are in this.
Gotcha.
That is
Interesting.
the thing
Okay.
that we were having trouble tasting. Those look and taste so much like walnuts. They do not taste like pecans.
Yeah, it's really weirding me out.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're lying to us.
Do ya?
Yeah.
I'm looking at one
I
right
mean,
now.
whoever questions their ice cream,
Mm-hmm.
they just say this is
Those
brown
taste
butter
so much.
pecan ice cream.
The brown butter, I can totally tell now. That's what we're searching for
Mm-hmm.
on the flavoring. It's very subtle flavor because you're used to butter, and ice cream's going to have a lot of cream, which is covering it. But that's what those other little things are that are in it. You can see the
Okay.
little brown specks. I bet those are the crunchies for the brown butter.
Well, there
Very
you go.
unique ingredient to be putting in. That's a delicious flavor.
Yeah, big
It's
fan.
good.
Mm-hmm. So, what's our pun? If they decide to put this in the cold case,
Oh man, are we believing them
I
that
can't
it's
believe
pecans?
it's not walnuts.
I can't believe it's not walnuts.
Or we could just go with like the pecan is peaking, right? Because a sneaky person might be peeking around,
Okay.
right? Peeking. I don't know. I don't know if they want to have like we've focused our crimes on burglary and things, not on peeping toms. That might be a bad branding to have for your ice cream. Maybe we should stay away from that.
Do you say pecan, or pecan?
I probably have said all three at various points. I'm from Nebraska. It's not a thing to us. That's, and so I'm going to pick up how to pronounce
Yeah.
that. That's a, pecan pie. I never had it till I came to Utah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I know it's more of a southern thing, but for whatever reason, I'd never even tasted it in Nebraska. I'm sure they have
Okay.
it, but now it's a
Interesting.
thing that shows up way more often. It's just more part of the food culture here, I guess, or maybe just more part of the food culture of the people with whom I associate. Like,
Yeah.
is a praline a candied pecan?
Yeah.
Well, look it up because I think
Yeah.
there's two things that are called pralines. I do like pralines and cream ice cream from like Baskin Robbins. You're just gonna like go into a chain. What do you want for ice cream? I'll pick that one usually.
Okay. And you say praline rather than praline.
Like I said them both that time. You would have to catch me sometime naturally staying in the wild before I'd even know. Now I'm too conscious of it. So
Yeah.
what do you say?
I would say praline.
Okay.
Okay.
And usually say pecan, but it's pecan pie.
Okay.
So here's what I got. There are two main types, which is
praline?
like the French pralines, which are like a firm combination of almond and hazels and sugar. And the American pralines are like a creamier combination of syrup, pecans, hazelnuts, and almonds often.
Because I did
Okay.
have pralines and cream because of Baskin Robbins, even back in Nebraska. So I have I did eat pecans there.
Yeah.
With ice cream even at one point.
So pralines are a multi-nut combination.
Often. Yes.
Okay.
All right.
Interesting.
What's your like go-to chain ice cream? Obviously, if we can have anything, we'll go to Rockwell, who has done so nice a job of providing these. But like, what was your ice cream growing up? Were you like, take me to Dairy Queen? Like, were you give me a soft serve?
There was a Snellgroves near my house, and that is where we went.
I refuse to believe that that's the name of a real place.
Snellgroves. Yeah, it was a Utah local brand of ice cream parlor. That has gone out of business. But if you ever drive through Salt Lake, you can see there's 3 or 4 of them of what used to be a Snellgroves.
Okay.
And has this big, like, double scoop ice cream sign. There's one that's been converted to, I think it's an Arby's, and they kept the sign and just painted it black because nobody wanted to get rid of these big Snellgrove signs. These days, since Snellgroves is out of business, I usually go to Cold Stone.
Okay. What do you get at Cold Stone?
I get the Boston cream pie, which is not on their menu.
Okay.
But you can ask for it.
Okay. I usually Cold Stone. I go between getting one of their versions of cheesecake type flavored ice cream with the crust and things. The first few times I had that, I'm like, wow, this is like cheesecake ice cream has always been a thing, but Cold Stone being able to do the mix-ins made it taste more like having cheesecake or pie. And it seemed to lean into their advantages as a ice cream maker. But these days, I really like Butterfinger and Heath mixed together in an ice cream. It's just one of those combinations that I like. Okay. And so I'll often just get that.
Nice.
Mm-hmm. You ever do the Sub-Zero thing where they would like make it in front of you?
Yes. And it always tastes kind of freezer burned to me.
Yeah. But it's so cool.
It's really cool.
Futuristic,
and
Dan.
I love to watch it, and then you get it in little like rolled up things.
We're not allowed to start the next one yet, Becky, by the way. We haven't named this one.
We got to name it.
You're going to have to
wait. So you have to stand there. We have to name. Okay.
Yep.
We got to name it.
Yep. We could go off of the vanilla. What can we do with vanilla? Well, vanilla's too generic. What about brown butter?
I was going to say, their name for it currently is brown butter pecan.
Okay.
Oh, that's real imaginative.
Yeah, come on. Real
brown butter pecan. If you want a name that tells you what's in the stuff, I guess then that's okay. But trying to think of a crime-related one, and nothing is coming to mind.
All right, we're going to put a pin in that one. We're going to have to name it before the end of the episode.
Okay, we'll come back to it.
We are so good at naming things.
We are.
200 episodes. Should we name our podcast?
We actually have a very exciting announcement about the name of our podcast.
We do.
Coming up at the end of this episode.
You should stay
stick
to the
around.
End. We have, not only will we come up with some name for this, someone in the comments has already written, in the future.
In the future.
Because they're so good at this, an excellent pun.
Yeah. Brown butter pecan.
Not a lot of good rhymes or things for brown butter and pecan. Maybe that's why they just named it that. Oh, pecan?
Yes, it's the Bully's ice cream.
See, all these kind of mediocre crimes, though, right?
I don't know. I kind of like going back to like Midnight Pecan.
Midnight Pecan.
Yep.
Gosh.
Okay.
That's what we're naming this ice cream.
We're naming it. You're just gonna go full on. This is not okay. But then the art has to be that it is a burglar who is stealing the recipe for making brown butter.
Oh,
so
okay.
The burglar's peeking at someone making this because no one knows what it is.
Yeah.
There
we go. We've salvaged it.
Yes, there you are. Midnight peeking.
Okay.
All right.
What have we got?
Number 3. Now, we have entered into the more difficult area of our 6 ice creams.
Okay, this one. Are they in escalating difficulty, you think?
That is what they've put on my little cheat sheet.
Really interesting. Okay.
So the first 2 were the easiest. This and the next.
We flubbed the second one, so. This seems like at least one ingredient is going to be very obvious.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Considering that it's chocolate.
It's dark brown ice cream.
Mm-hmm. All right. What are these things in the middle of our chocolate ice cream?
don't know. They're not chunks of honey.
They could be.
They don't chew the way I expected them to.
I think that is honeycomb.
Do you?
I think it's honeycomb with something in it. Yes, I think it is. I think that is. It's very tasty. Whatever
Honeycomb
it is.
usually cracks more than this is doing.
What's that? It could be a toffee.
Mm. Oh, okay. This one cracked. The first one I...
Mm-hmm. It could be a toffee. They're very similar things, but I think it is. I'm getting honey from that.
I don't know. I think it's a toffee.
You think it's toffee?
And there's white streaks in it, too.
Oh, are there? I didn't get a white streak.
Mm-hmm.
There's a white streak in the ice cream?
Mm-hmm.
I will say this one has 3 on this one.
Okay. I do not see any white streak. So,
Well, how are you supposed to accurately guess it?
You're right. That's like a Christmas toffee. What do you call those things? Like the
English toffee.
not in English. It's like the ones that my Aunt Paula makes.
Oh, almond roca.
Yeah, like an almond roca. And I
Yeah.
think there are almonds in it. There's something in that. So, an almond toffee, like a peanut brittle type thing, right? Is it almonds or peanuts?
Well, I don't know. I was completely wrong about the nut last time. So I'm just going to say walnut, and eventually I'll be right. But it's probably almonds.
It could be walnut. I'm going to say almond.
All right, final answer.
Chocolate, almond, and a peanut butter slash brittle slash toffee,
All right.
but not peanut.
Like a roca.
Yeah.
So, excuse me. Pretty well done. It is a dark chocolate base
Okay.
with a homemade almond brittle.
There you are.
Sweet.
There's the brittle. The white that you're seeing is a marshmallow cream.
Okay. That is not in my my scoop. So,
Not me this time.
yeah. We need to make sure that we visually identify. Becky probably didn't know
Nope.
to search for. I would definitely have been able to tell if there was a marshmallow, but it also might have melted in together.
That's true.
But we get minus half a point on that one,
All right.
right?
Yeah.
You have a point.
We lose a point.
We don't lose a full point because we didn't get. Did you? Well, you saw it. You were
You
supposed
saw
to
it.
identify it.
I know.
We can do half. I'm happy with that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
So an almond brittle.
almond brittle.
Yeah. Well, if you're going to call this a crime related, that you have to guess what cool crime related thing it is.
Oh, and I should say the name of this ice cream, to help a little bit, is
Yeah.
Rockwell Road.
Oh, so it's like they're made for themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Rockwell Road.
Rockwell Road.
Yeah, that makes sense. Man, what's a good crime-related pun about almonds?
I mean, you could lean the marshmallow way.
That's true. The vanishing marshmallow.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you couldn't even identify it. I can't
had
even
one
find it.
bite with enough marshmallow in it to say, "Oh, this is a white thing."
Marshmallow is such a weird food.
Yeah.
Do you like marshmallows?
No.
Are there people who like marshmallows?
I assume, since they're everywhere.
Right. Like Peeps exist.
Yeah,
People actually eat them, right?
they're
like
grotesque.
of their own choice.
not as far as I'm aware.
I mean,
No
I
one
know
over
that's-
the age of like 12.
That would be my brother, who is 22. His only desire whenever we do Easter is Peeps. He will get like 40 of
Eat the
them. They will be
marshmallow
gone by
Peeps?
end of Easter morning.
Oh my
Wow.
gosh.
Yep. He
Yeah,
is
um,
a fanatic.
it relates to something we talked about a little last time, but also I mentioned at my class that I was teaching. I was like
Okay.
talking to the students before class started, and I asked them, there's this Mexican restaurant, Mexican in quotes because it's American Mexican,
Yeah.
called Beto's. locally. And this is one of those
I actually love Beto's.
Same.
places that you can go and you just get a big burrito for $6, right? And they just fill it with carne asada. And I asked my students, I'm like, do you guys like Beto's? And they're like, oh yeah, we love Beto's. Best burritos. And I said, enjoy them while you can, because when you turn 40, Beto's will suddenly suck. Because that's what happened to me. I loved Beto's, but now it's like it's not the same. And I think it's my taste changing over time. Where like now that I have had much better carne asada consistently, I get a Beto's burrito, I take a bite, and I want it to taste like the better food.
Yeah.
That I have.
Well, see, that's the problem is you're getting the carne asada one. My comfort food is a Beto's burrito, chili relleno burrito.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't like chili rellenos, so
That's my favorite food in the world.
Really, a chili relleno. Mm-hmm. Do they actually serve those in Mexico? Is that like, or is that more like a Tex-Mex American Mexican?
No, it's a very Mexican thing.
Yeah.
Where I lived in Mexico was in the north, where they don't put sauce on them.
Okay.
And they're usually an Anaheim pepper with queso Chihuahua. Mm-hmm. And so when I travel to other parts of Mexico, I forget that there's big regional differences, and I'll end up with something that is not what I wanted because it's the wrong kind of pepper and the wrong kind of cheese. It's still good, but it's not what I was expecting. But Beto's does it the northern way, and the chili relleno burrito is spectacular.
Okay. So I guess if you're traveling through Utah and you want something cheap,
Well, they're not really cheap anymore either. They're like $12 for a burrito.
No, they're not. I went there just after class last night. It's only like $8 a burrito.
Well,
right? And like a burger nowadays is $25. So I think we have to scale. No, really. Like what's a burger and fries at Five Guys?
Ooh, easy. I shouldn't know this off the top of my head, but I
Five
do.
Guys,
It's
probably,
about
it's
20
around
to
$20.
$22.
Right?
Yeah.
And so, yeah, you could maybe still get In-N-Out or something cheaper.
Yes.
But if you want food,
Yeah.
sorry, Californians, that tastes good, then you're having to spend usually like, $20. So an $8 burrito, not too
I
bad.
quite like In-N-Out burgers.
Do you?
But In-N-Out fries are the worst.
See, I'm the reverse. I like the fries. I acknowledge that it's probably odd because they remind me of some fries I had when I was a kid.
Oh, okay.
The really starchy, potatoey fries for some reason. Like they seem to be objectively just worse than regular fries, right? Because they are just like all starch. But they remind me of something I liked when I was a kid. So
Okay.
I actually kind of like them. They're almost how you get those like potato sticks that are crunchy. They're almost that as in fry form.
Yeah. Well, and you probably like them because you pre-add salt to everything
Yes.
that you eat. And I always forget, and then I bite into an In-N-Out fry, and it is a completely unsalted disaster.
All right, we ready for ice cream
Yes.
4?
Yes.
All right. Now, I'm seeing on my little sheet, there are 4 identifiable things on this one.
4 in this one.
Yes.
Okay, this is one of our real challenges.
Okay.
So this is, I guess we should ask. No, you know what? There are 4. I will make that judgment.
Yeah. Okay. Banana.
Yep. That's a lot of banana. What's the crunchy thing?
Oh, wow.
I haven't had a crunchy thing yet.
Haven't you? Yeah, there's a crunchy thing.
You were not kidding about
Is
lots
it
of
like
banana.
a pie crust?
It's a pie crust of some sort. It's not a graham cracker, I don't think. But
No. But it is like, is it a Nilla wafer? Is this like a banana cream pie thing? Banana pudding?
Vanilla wafer might be. The banana's overpowering the flavor, whatever the crunchy thing is. But I'm going to go with you. There's a cream, right? This is a banana cream pie, like vanilla wafer thing.
Yeah.
I think you're right.
I'm not sure if it's vanilla wafer. It might be, or Nilla wafer, I think is their official name. Here's a huge chunk of the crunchy stuff. I think it might just be a pastry crust.
You're right. It is. It's just a pie crust.
Yeah.
It's not a vanilla wafer. I can taste like that kind of distinctive lardy flavor of a pie crust. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But we've only then gotten 2.
Well, we've got
There is
banana.
Can we count cream?
Can we count banana 3 times? There is some kind of cream. There is a pastry crust. Or a pie crust. There's so much banana.
Banana Banditos. It's a pretty good name for this.
The Banandits.
Banandits. There you are. The Banandits. It's stealing all the other flavors. It's very appropriate. We can have a nice little picture of the banana stuffing all these other things in the sack so you can't taste them. And it's just overwhelming them all. We can't say cream, right? Because cream is in all ice cream. It's part of the name.
Yeah, but isn't one of the flavors like the
One of the
base?
flavors is some sort of cream, some sort of whip. It tastes like whipped cream more than ice cream. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Right?
This is fair.
And so there's something there that is making it taste like that.
Okay, so we have whipped cream, we have bananas, we have pie crust.
Yep.
And there's a 4th thing.
There's a 4th thing. Got to be a little flavor accent.
4th thing is a second banana.
What do you put in a banana cream pie to give it a little bit of zing? Maybe there's the banana cream pie equivalent of a little dash of cinnamon or something. Is there anything like that?
Nutmeg, maybe.
Yeah. Could there be some nutmeg in this? If there is, I can't isolate it.
Do we want to go to final guess?
Yeah, tell us what the 4th thing is.
So this is where we'll determine if we want to count these, because it is
Okay.
basically a flavor note. You were on the money. This is actually just called banana cream pie. Banana base, not surprising.
Yep.
What you are tasting is graham cracker pieces. So
It is graham cracker. Wow.
Yep.
It
Does
really
not
got
taste like graham
overwhelmed.
cracker.
Yep.
Yep.
Whipped honeycomb. Well done on the whipped. And then it's a mascarpone swirl.
Oh, mascarpone. That's it.
Yep.
Yep.
That's
what's giving it that whipped cream flavor.
Yep.
Yeah. I'm surprised at the honeycomb because I can't taste the honeycomb in this.
Yeah, and I'm surprised that it's graham cracker. It doesn't have the taste or consistency of graham cracker.
But they make their ice cream like for real. They just throw the ingredients in.
Yep.
And so it's obviously softened by the process. They're not using a like when you get a Cold Stone, it's made there right then so it stays crunchy for a little bit.
Yeah.
So this is kind of,
Okay.
yeah.
We'll
All
give
right.
you 2 points for banana base. You were close on the pieces. I think it's fair because you were next to it with
Yeah,
pie.
maybe.
And you got the whipped, which I was mainly impressed with.
Well, when they say whipped, they're not meaning whipped cream. They're just meaning
Right.
that they're breaking them apart. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the mascarpone. That's the thing that we could have tasted. Though I do think we have a good name for this one. The
Bananditos.
the Bananditos.
The mascarpone Bananditos.
I think that was too much, honestly. The banana is so strong on that.
Banana is really strong on that. But I think if you're looking for a banana cream pie,
This would do it.
that's the flavor you want.
Yeah.
So I don't hold it against the ice cream.
Yeah.
That is just not a flavor palette that is among my favorites.
Right.
If there's a banana cream pie as available pies, it's not gonna be the one I gravitate toward first.
That is fair.
Are you a pie person, Dan?
I am a pie person. I am mainly a fruit pie person.
Yeah, I would almost always pick the fruit pie. There's one exception. My mother's peanut butter pie is superior to all other pies.
I've never had a peanut butter pie.
She does such a good one. It's hard to describe a really good peanut butter pie. They do serve them sometimes at restaurants, and they're fine. They're usually a thicker, almost a cheesecake, but made with peanut butter. My mother's peanut butter pie is whipped a lot more.
Okay.
So it's more like
So it's lighter.
So it's lighter, and that's important with the peanut butter. The ones you get at restaurants, they can be good, but you eat like a few bites of it and you're done. This is really whipped, and she uses chunky peanut butter. And so it's whipped with chunky peanut butter over an Oreo crust.
Oh.
And so what you end up with is this really nice mix of, you've got the crunchies in there, but it's really kind of light. It's like eating, it's what marshmallow should be, right? It's really soft and light, full of that peanut butter flavor, but softened in its flavor as well by the whipped cream, because you're using actual whipped cream, and then that crunch from the Oreo gives it almost, that chocolatey addition to it. It's really good.
Cool.
One of my favorite things. She does a really good job.
Are you down with pumpkin pie?
No.
Don't like pumpkin pie?
Yeah. I thought we talked about this on the podcast.
We probably did.
Oh, we have
and
on
I
Thanksgiving.
blocked it out.
Yes. Remember how I came to a writing group once, and there were 4 different treats, and they were all pumpkin of something, and I was, it was comical. It was like I was in a Larry David show, where I'm like, oh, I'll have this. Oh, that's pumpkin. There are pumpkin cookies. There are pumpkin pie, but there's pumpkin cookies, and there was pumpkin cupcakes. And then I went to grab Oreos, and they were pumpkin Oreos. It was the punchline was right there. So no, I don't like the texture or flavor of pumpkin, and I associate pumpkin spice with that, and so it's guilty by association.
Okay.
Is this our last one?
No, so we are on number 5.
2 more.
This is considered the most difficult, but
Most
the next
difficult.
is going to be the true difficulty, and I'll pass them out.
Okay.
Okay.
This is going to be the hardest one.
You think this
Second
is the
hardest.
Oh, this is the second hardest one.
hardest, according to them.
Carrots, huh?
Yeah.
Could be ginger. Is it carrots or ginger?
It's carrot.
Okay. Oh, that's really good. That's carrot cake.
I'm
Pie.
excited.
Or ice cream. Yeah. That's the carrot cake spice. The carrot cake spice is nutmeg, right?
Cinnamon.
Cinnamon.
It's got
and
carrot.
nutmeg.
It's got cinnamon. It's got cream cheese.
Oh, is there cream?
Mm-hmm.
You're
There's little
right. For
chunks
the
of
cream cheese,
in
right?
it.
There's chunks of cream cheese.
Yeah.
I just got one of those. Okay, so we got cinnamon. We got carrots. Are there 3 or are there 4?
There are 4.
Cinnamon, carrots, cream cheese. There's something that in carrot cake that is not just the cinnamon.
Well, there's actual chunks, I think, of carrot cake in here.
Oh, you think that's what it is, like cake batter? You're
Yeah.
right. Cake batter. Or cooked cake. Are you counting on your thing, Donald, carrot cake as an ingredient?
I was going to say, you guys have basically got there. It marks it as carrot cake chunks.
Yeah.
I think you got it. We'll count.
So that includes both the cake and the carrot.
Or is the carrot a separate ingredient of our 4?
In the carrot cake.
That didn't say a thing to us. Explain to me.
Carrot
If we say carrots, does it remove one of the 4 items on your list?
no. It
Okay.
is carrot cake.
So
is
there's
removing the
carrot
item.
cake and there's cream cheese, but we still have to identify 2 more. Like the cinnamon is that a separate ingredient on your list, or is the cinnamon just coming from the carrot cake?
Because you said it, cinnamon is a separate ingredient.
Okay, cinnamon's a separate ingredient, so we're looking for 1 more.
I wonder if it's just the base of ice cream.
Yeah, because but it's not a vanilla base.
No.
It could be just cinnamon ice cream. That's what I would probably do, is a cinnamon ice cream. But he said cinnamon is a separate ingredient. That's a really good ice cream.
Oh, yeah.
It is. Carrot cake is actually my favorite kind of cake.
Is it?
Yes.
It complements really well by being put in a blender and turned into ice cream. Who knew? Give us a hint. Are we looking for a spice or a base? Or neither?
We're looking for a base.
Okay, it's the base that we're trying to identify.
Yes.
That's your last thing on there. Okay. It's just like a sweet cream, just like a basic sweet cream base. That's what I'm going to guess.
Is that our final answer?
Yeah.
Dan, you got any different guesses?
Yeah, I can't. The cinnamon is everywhere, so
Yeah.
I can't identify what's underneath
Unless it's
it.
a cinnamon ice cream. In which case, yeah. So what's the base?
All right. So we have a brown sugar base with cinnamon,
Should have guessed the brown sugar base.
Brown sugar.
Yep.
cinnamon, carrot cake chunks, and as you saw, it is a cream cheese frosting swirl, specifically orange cream cheese.
What kind?
Orange cream
cheese.
I'm very happy that I bit into this and it was carrot and not ginger. I was prepared for either. Ginger can work in a sweet, obviously, but
That's good. I like
the
it.
cream cheese frosting's a bit too much for me.
It's a lot, yeah.
When I get a bite of just the cream cheese frosting, I'm not as happy. So I will put that, but I'm not a frosting person.
Neither am I. Do you scrape frosting off of cake?
I do. Almost every cake,
Yeah,
I'll
so
put
do
about
I.
half the frosting on. So we are perhaps not the right audience for this since I know my children take extra frosting.
Yeah. Well, and even my wife will sit next to me and eat the frosting that I have scraped off of my cake.
Is there any food that happened to you like happened with me with Beto's? Like, I can remember as a kid liking frosting, and now it's too sweet for me. Are there other foods like that happened to you? Magically, the food somehow changed, and now that you're an adult, it doesn't taste right
And
anymore.
it just doesn't work anymore. I can think of foods that I never used to like that I now love.
Okay.
Like runny yolks in
Yeah.
eggs. When I was a kid, I thought that was the grossest thing. Now it's the best part of the egg.
Okay.
But no, nothing's coming to mind of something that I loved as a kid,
Okay.
other than just sugar in general. And
Right.
I've talked about that before. I can remember the day in college when I was like, nope, I am done with sugar.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
I can't remember that day, but it is a gradual sort of thing for me. Maybe we should do an episode on the suck fairy.
On the
general.
what?
Didn't we do an episode
Did we
on
do
the
an
Suck
episode
Fairy?
on the suck fairy?
But I think it was specifically talking about books.
Yeah.
I was going to say, I have no recollection of this, so no.
You sure we didn't do an episode on books that the suck fairy visited?
On books, possibly, but in general, no.
Okay.
That would be an interesting one to come back to.
Yeah. All right. Last ice cream. Oh, did we name this? We didn't.
We have not named it.
We didn't name.
So they have named it carrot cake.
Well, the carrot caper is
Carrot
right
caper.
there in front of you. The carrot caper is just
Yeah, I like that.
Okay, last
you-
one.
Carrot cake prison break.
carrot cake prison break.
Ooh, that sounds
The
like a
carrot
movie.
caper is a carrot cake prison break. All right.
Well, this one has all kinds of stuff in it.
Our first fruity one, unless you count lime.
Yes, and this is their most difficult. Experts only.
Experts only.
Yeah.
Oh dear. Are
I've
we
got
experts?
1, 2,
I
3,
think
4
it
for
might
this
be
one as well.
slivers of almond.
Okay. Raspberry cheesecake. Right?
You think cheesecake specific? Oh yeah, definitely.
Yep.
I'm getting it now.
Raspberry cheesecake.
This is definitely slivers of almond. I think roasted almond.
Roasted almonds. Is that cheesecake that it could be a cheesecake adjacent food? What cheesecake adjacent things are there? If they're calling this really hard, are there types of like cream cheesy things that are cheesecake adjacent? How many are we looking for? Are we looking for 4?
We're looking for 4.
Is one of them the base?
Yes.
Okay. Wow, I'm getting some weird thing that I can't define. That is really cool. It's got like an edge. A weird aftertaste that I know. Like, is that actually? First off, is that actually raspberry? Is this huckleberry instead? Oh yeah, there's something there that it's not even. I don't think it's not a raspberry. Or is it some weird?
Is it some other kind
boysenberry?
of weird berry, like a Marion berry?
It's a weird berry, I think. That's why they're making it hard. And there's a taste I can almost identify that is very bizarre that I'm not used to having in ice cream. Do you taste that? I mean, the cream cheese is there. This is definitely tastes like a bagel. So therefore, it's a cream cheese.
Maybe it's bagel.
It's kind of pervasive in it. All right. So cream cheese. We're not going to go full, but cream cheese is a yes, right?
Cream
or
cheese
cheesecake.
Or cheesecake for sure is on there.
Tell us, Donald.
No.
No. Okay.
What?
So we have to keep identifying that thing.
But roasted almonds?
Is this you asking me to confirm?
Yes.
Yes, roasted almonds.
Okay.
Okay. Well, what is that thing then that tastes like a cream cheese that is not? What is cream cheese adjacent? Oh, is it a blue cheese? It's a different type of cheese. Am I right on that?
It is a different type of cheese.
Yeah. That's what I was searching for.
Blue.
It's a blue cheese. It's a gorgonzola. Something like that. Isn't it?
Okay. Hang on. I just found what I swear is a sprig of rosemary.
Okay.
There's a big green pine needle in here that I think is rosemary.
Could be thyme. Is it rosemary or is it thyme? It's not a cottage cheese or anything like that, is it?
It is not.
Tell me, is it blue cheese? Is it some variety of blue cheese?
It is not.
It's not a blue cheese
It is
either.
not a blue cheese.
No, I don't think there's a taste of blue cheese.
There's a hint of a blue cheese. But there is a weird cheese in this. What cheese is that then, Dan? Because I'm getting a blue to it. I really feel like it tastes like it's a bit of a little gorgonzola or something like it's a.
I think it might be gorgonzola.
Well, gorgonzola is blue cheese. So and
Yeah,
he
but
said it's not blue cheese.
But does he know that?
Does he know that? I don't know. What's that?
I have what's on my sheet.
Your sheet. Does your sheet say gorgonzola?
It does not.
Okay. What cheese is it? Go ahead and tell us.
So this is a goat cheese
Oh,
base.
goat cheese. Okay, goat cheese. There you go.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So goat cheese and almond. Is he right on rosemary?
He is.
Okay. I can taste that now that you identified it. So the last thing we need to get is what the berry is. And what you usually pair with goat cheese in France, you pair a specific berry.
I'm not telling you.
Yeah. I've had raspberry goat cheese before. So we could just go with the raspberry, but I don't taste a lot of raspberry in that. I taste something different. But you do pair a berry with a goat cheese very frequently.
Mm-hmm.
What is that red berry that goes on goat cheese? Is it? I can now taste. I actually almost said, Donald, it tastes like the bottom of my feet. Which is what goat cheese tastes like. You should know that, Dan, because you like the stinky cheeses.
Mm-hmm. Though I have never licked the bottom of your feet.
Yeah, but you've had goat cheese. It kind of tastes like the
Yeah,
bottom
it
of
does.
feet. Yeah. I should have guessed from the way it tastes like the bottom of someone's feet.
But in a good way.
But in a good way. Yeah.
I don't know, some kind of berry. What kind of berry?
We'll just go raspberry.
It is a blackberry.
It's a blackberry. Okay,
Homemade blackberry jam.
So I was close on the huckleberry, but
Okay.
not quite. But no, I wasn't because huckleberry is a blueberry variant. So blackberry, yeah, it wasn't strong enough to be the raspberry. So we don't get a lot of points on that one. I'm glad you picked out the rosemary. It saved us.
That was a good save.
Yeah,
All right. Well, those are the 6 that we have.
that was a very weird ice cream. I highly recommend that to the snooty people who like weird flavors mixing together in interesting ways.
Yeah.
So-
goat cheese and rosemary.
Interesting. This is
Thank you.
called the GOAT, the GOAT.
Okay.
It was
Go
the
for it.
winner of Best Ice Cream in America in 2018.
Okay.
Really?
So, yeah. This is one of their more famous ones.
I can tell, like I said, if you're snooty, this is the ice cream that you want. It tastes like eating one of those goat cheese salads that you get that have the berries and whatnot on it. It's a clever interpretation of an ice cream. So,
Yeah. Okay.
yeah. They call it the goat.
The goat.
Yep.
I'm afraid the goat is actually vanilla. When it comes, right? Like, if you're going to pick what is the goat, the greatest of all time,
Yeah.
it's got to be vanilla. More people, like, yes, it's normal and bland, but it became dominant because so many people liked it.
Because it's good. Yeah.
The first person who put vanilla in ice cream was like, oh, wow. Yeah.
So, who is the judging body for the best ice cream in America?
Ooh, that's a good question.
So what are we going to call this one? Tastes like the bottom of your feet. TM. Brandon and Dan. Foot
Parentheses,
fungus,
but in a good way.
but in a good way.
Let's see. Goat cheese, rosemary, roasted almonds, and blackberries.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Dan, to answer your question while you think, I'm going to go with the North American Ice Cream Association.
Okay.
So they
Makes sense.
Yeah, that's a trade show convention is like.
Are they
national-
truly North American? Do they include Mexican ice creams?
Oh,
Everyone knows what North American means America, which means USA. Don't you know? That's just how we use things.
mm-hmm.
Can we come up with some sort of rhyme for Chev, which is
Chev?
the nickname for goat cheese, going off the French name? Or are we just going with foot smell the cheese or foot smell the ice cream, but in a good way?
Push and Chev.
Push and Chev.
When push comes to Chev.
Well, thank you for joining us for 200 episodes. I bet it's time for our announcement.
Yes. I hope you're excited because we, for 200 episodes, have been searching for a good name for our podcast. And we are excited to announce that the official name for our podcast is...
Going to be announced on episode 400.
Yes. How's that, Ben?